Now, and I'm especially proud and honored to be able to name Lori Linskey as the office's first assistant prosecutor today. I'd like to extend, before I do so, a special welcome to her family that's joining us today, and that's her lovely husband, Paul, her daughter, Riley, her father, Bernie Bornstein, who traveled all the way from Ohio to see his daughter take the oath today. I want to thank you for coming, as I mentioned before the ceremony, for sharing her with us, because I realize the inordinate amount of time that she spends working at this office. So thank you all, and welcome. Now, Lori's son, Ryan, had work obligations in Cleveland, or else he'd be here, but hopefully with Charlie's assistance, we're either doing Facebook Live or going to have a recording up so he can watch it later on our webpage. Go, Charlie. All right. I first got to know Lori when she worked with my wife, Deb, who used to be the Director of Criminal Justice at the State Office of the Attorney General. And I remember Deb telling me, I've got this crackerjack staff, but she always talked about you, Lori, I'm telling you. And you know, your name, I knew your name before you and I ever crossed paths professionally here at this office, and when I came and had the benefit of your insight and your support and mentorship as a first assistant and ultimately a prosecutor. So I'm proud to call you not only a colleague, but a longtime friend. And after my summary of Lori's professional background, I think you guys are going to realize how lucky I am as prosecutor to have a rock star like Lori as my soon-to-be first assistant. Lori began her legal career after she graduated from Case Western Reserve University School of Law in Cleveland. And for about 8 years, from 1988 to 1996, Lori tried the law firm route, working successfully at well-reputed law firms in Ohio, in New Jersey, and in Washington, D.C. But Lori found her true calling when she came to New Jersey and decided she was going to go into public service, working for the Office of the Attorney General. She was hired by that office by the Division of Criminal Justice in 1997, and she worked there until her hire here at the prosecutor's office in 2013. And Lori, nothing short of saying that you cemented your legacy at DCJ while you were there. And you were literally handling a myriad of issues where you were the resident expert at that organization in matters such as conflicts of interest, supersession requests, County Prosecutors Association business, and the issuance of statewide DCJ guidelines and directives. And I will tell you this, the prosecutors, when we meet monthly, and the first assistants who might be in this room today, they realize and remember what a valued advisor you are from your days at DCJ, because you were there to provide assistance when you were acting bureau chief and senior counsel at DCJ Prosecutor Supervision and Coordination Bureau. And I tell you, I'm not making this up. There were literally 2 words that were a common refrain in doing business with the state before Lori got here, with prosecutors and assistant prosecutors and first assistants right across the state. And if you had an issue that you didn't know the answer to, that 2-word refrain was, ask Lori, call Lori. It's like Ask Jeeves, except she's Lori. I'm serious. It's literally, and she is one of the few people that's literally like a legal celebrity recognized by her first name only before she got to this office. So many people across the state looked at you as that trusted advisor and mentor to help on dozens of different topics, prosecutors' code of ethics, conflicts of interest, and so many policy issues that we at prosecutors' offices just might not have encountered or known the answer to. When you add in the fact that you have excellent leadership skills and the training ability that you have, you are the equivalent of a baseball 5-tool player. The skills, somebody who has the skills where you excel at every aspect at being an executive prosecutor in an office like this. In 2013, I was lucky enough to have Lori come join me as Executive Assistant Prosecutor, and soon after, as our Deputy First Assistant Prosecutor, working with Mike Wojciechowski at this fine office for the last few years. And literally, since she's arrived, and I have to apologize about the baseball puns, she has hit it out of the park. I'm telling you. In this capacity here, she's responsible for all managerial and executive aspects of our office's operations. She was also responsible for the implementation of a number of initiatives and campaigns that we launched. The Alive and Unplugged campaign to discourage distracted driving. The first statewide countywide special needs registry that we were the first to launch across the state. And our continuous efforts in fighting the opioids epidemic that continue to scourge our region here. But to me, Lori, the most important thing that I can recognize with you is that you have my complete and unconditional trust in running this office and being such good counsel to me. You've done this for the past 4 years, and Lori has even did this when I was deployed to Afghanistan for 8 months, running this office with the other members of the executive staff while I really didn't have an ability to communicate back home here. You did such an admirable job in that and so many other areas. I often say to staff, that success lies not in the pronouncement of an idea or an initiative, but the successful execution of it. And I'll tell you this, Lori's personal and professional traits and characteristics literally personify this mantra. Somebody like me as a prosecutor, as a leader of this office and the law enforcement community, I need to have trust to succeed, especially as many of you know, because I didn't start or grow up here like a lot of you. I came in from the federal side in 2011. And it's the proverbial non-starter if you don't have trust in your staff. And I tell you, I trust Lori utmost. I couldn't succeed without your contributions and the rest of my staff here. And yes, I'm proud to announce that Lori, with Lori's appointment, she'll become the first female First Assistant Prosecutor in the county's history. But you'll all notice that I didn't lead with that. It wasn't necessarily a highlight of my comments, and there's a reason for that. It's certainly not that I don't appreciate the history that's being made and the opportunity to name the first assistant female. I certainly do, and I'm proud of that. But the truth of the matter is I know Lori. I've known her for a number of years now. And the thing is, she never ever set out to be first in anything, to include this position. Though she's certainly proud of it, I know. What she did was simple. She tried to find something that could make a difference in people's lives, and she wanted to work hard and do something that she truly loved. So I'll say this, that it just so happens that she came across as being the first female first assistant. And that's a testament to her, because at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about gender, it is about your characteristics and traits and the dedication you have for this office. So I'm so happy to have you joining me here, and hope you stick around for a long time, at least as long as I'm here. So. It's said that the most important thing that a leader can do is to try to inspire someone. And let me be the first person to say that you inspire me in working with you every day, Lori. So I'm honored and proud to have you become this first assistant prosecutor for me today. Let's come on up and make it official. Thank you, Honor.
I, Lori Linskey,
Do
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
under
the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of First Assistant Prosecutor, Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office, according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you all for coming here today, first and foremost. I am incredibly honored by your presence. I'm incredibly humbled by the prosecutor's trust in me, and I'm forever grateful for the opportunity that he gave to me 5 years ago to join this incredible office. I know that the prosecutor's selection of me was gender neutral, but that absolutely does not diminish the pride that I feel at being a part of the history of this office and being the first woman to hold this position. And there are so many strong women in this office who are here now, who have just joined us today, and who've been here before me. And I'm really honored to be filling those shoes. Chris, I promise to do my very best for this responsibility and for your trust in me. I absolutely love this office. I honestly do. Each and every day, I'm blown away by the talent, the dedication, and the collective heart that this office has for our work, our victims, the citizens of this county, and for one another. It's an absolutely special place. It's an incredible place to be every single day. I also want to thank my family, in particular, my husband Paul and my daughter Riley, who are here today, my son Ryan, who would be here if he wasn't working 7 days a week out of state for his summer job. Your constant support your love, your letting me do what I love to do for my work. No matter what, you are always what's most important to me. I also need to thank my dad, who flew here today from Ohio, who I talk to every single day, who's my biggest supporter. And as a parent, I know that this moment right now is probably more special to him than it even is to me. Dad, you were my very first boss in our family business that we had. And as I was thinking about what to say today, I realized we probably violated a lot of child labor laws. I'm pretty confident of that. But pretty much everything I've learned about how to be in the workplace and how to lead, I've learned from you. You taught me how to lead by example, how to listen, how to treat everyone fairly with dignity and respect, and you just made me the person that I am today, and I'm incredibly grateful, and I'm so honored that you're here today with me. I want to end by circling back to where the prosecutor started, which was welcoming Amanda and Stephen to our office today. This is a wonderful place to work. Incredibly special people and work that will totally change your lives and your perspective on the world. And I'm incredibly honored that I get to share this moment with both of you today. So thank you very much.